Please welcome back Kim Fields. Hi, how are you? You looking for a minute? Hi, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. You know, it's hard to believe that 2026 marks your fifth decade in show business. Wow, you don't even look like you've been alive 5 decades. Well, I started in the womb, you know. So, even then, you started at 7 years old acting in commercials like Mrs. Butterworts, and of course went on to become royalty, sitcom royalty, as Tootie in the back of your. And you know this morning you actually filmed yourself having a moment earlier this morning reflecting on your 5 decades. Let's see what happened there this morning. Oh, the irony. I am doing The View this morning. And I'm sitting in gratitude with this view of my city that gave birth to me, that loves me, that keeps me this morning. Where were you? Wow, so thank you. Yeah. What was on your mind when I was in the hotel room getting ready for glam, and everybody to show up. And I just was like, let's just enjoy this moment of like solitude and quiet. And then it just ran over me like, oh, it's launch day of the Upshaws, your third series. And you're your longest running, one of the longest running series on Netflix for comedy. And I'm in New York and I'm from Harlem, and we lived in the basement of a church. We had nothing. Yeah. And to see how the grace has brought me so far and still going, the talent, and well, thank you. So it was just all of that I was having coffee, and then I was having coffee and tears. So I was just going to say, and then it trans, but we dug up one of your very first commercials. So a Burger King ad from the 70s back when nearly everything had a jingle. So let's take a look. Oh my goodness. I'll make a burger disappear. Make it come back here. Turn apples into pies right before your eyes. Turn onions into rings. As we can see, put a shiver in the shake, it's easy for me. I'm the marvelous, magical Burger King. I can do most anything. I love magic and food. That's fun. Fun. What do you remember about that? You know what's so funny is first of all, I haven't even seen that. So thank you for that memory. But see the onion rings, that's when I was introduced to onion rings and I've loved them ever since. So delicious. So that's the main thing I remember. I was not even acting. And I remember thinking, my God, he must be hot and all that. Yeah, absolutely thing. Look at that image. The hair and the crown and the cloak, and it was a lot for him. Wow. Well, we have to talk about the Upshaws, which, as you mentioned, has become one of the longest running shows in Netflix history, and the final season just dropped. And what was the vibe like this season knowing it's the last season? Sure. So it was bittersweet, of course, you know. And honestly, this was the first time that I knew ahead of time that this was the end. You know, with facts of life and living single, you just kind of wait or okay, yeah, we're going to this is the end. But with this, we knew since last season that this was fifth and final. And so it's bittersweet. You know, you're a family, you show up together for like 6 months out the year. There's of course the cut up and the shenanigans of all right. Well, we ain't got to, show off anymore. We can really let it all hang out and almost have like senioritis where it's like, let me do just enough to pass this grade, to pass this class. But it was so much fun. It was so much fun. And we just love how you love the Upshots, how Netflix loves the Upshot. So thank you for everything. And Wanda's so funny too. And Kim, the show celebrates family and joy. And of course, you've got the best castmates. You've got Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes, and that just adds to the feeling of joy. But does bringing some much-needed laughter feels specially satisfying right now in the moment we are living? Absolutely, Anna. Absolutely. The thing about the entertainment industry that I've always loved is that it's been the go-to since the beginning of time in terms of whenever anything was going sideways in the world and society. You had the storytellers. You had the gestures. You always had the go-to that made you laugh, that made you escape, that made you forget, or that made you at least pause from whatever was going on. And so, I love being a part of that community. But certainly with the Upshaws, we had COVID, we had the lockdown, the fires, the strike. There were so many things that we all went through, and to know that the Upshaws was your go-to for so much and continues to be it. It means everything, and I think Wanda Sykes is one of the funniest people on the planet. Let me tell you, she is the gunslinger. She on camera and off camera liked to have her around. It was, and we just texted each other this morning. We were true sisters, and in just she's so witty, and in it seems effortless, and she's so giving of her gifts, but that Joker keeps at least 3 in the chamber. She is so of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like don't sleep on anything like right now. Like what's happening over there. She's got I can assure you don't want to know, right? And so she's so great, and she's great on the page and in the writer's room, and then the way she would change hats. And then become actor, and she's just great. Well, there are some standout guest stars as well that you've had. Jennifer Lewis plays your therapist. Yes. I have no notes on that casting perfection. He says it all. Yes. And this season, small spoiler alert for people, we're getting a mini living single reunion with your core Kim Pho making a cameo. What was it like to share the screen with Kim again? It was like, riding a bike. I mean, it's like you just pick up where you left off. It's not like we haven't seen each other or spoken. But in terms of acting together again, it was literally like riding a bike. So much fun. And I directed that episode. Oh, and so to direct her again, it was fantastic. For sure. For sure. Well, you just got to keep it going. You're acting, you're directing, you look great. Who's better than you? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks to Kim Fields. The final season of The Upshaws is streaming now on Netflix.